Welcome to the official Finovate podcast with Greg Palmer. In 2007, Finovate set out to create a dynamic FinTech showcase featuring live 7-minute demos. For more than a decade, our global event series has brought together tens of thousands of people from across the FinTech spectrum to see cutting-edge technologies. Now you can find out what goes on behind the scenes as key influencers and innovators share the stories that they don't get to tell you from stage. Here's a glimpse of what we have in store this episode.
It's about life management and helping people be an adult.
And now, your host, Greg Palmer.
Hi, I'm here with Harris Scher, VP of Strategic Partnerships with Everplans. Harris, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks so much for having me today.
Yeah, pleasure. So to get things started, why don't you give us just a quick summary of what Everplans is all about?
Sure. So Everplans is a tool that was built to help families organize all of their important things from wills and trusts to financial accounts to information about their favorite recipes and even their things that are so important to them that need to get organized and stored in one secure place. So it's a tool that helps families get organized and prepared for any situation.
Great. I think one of the things that was really intriguing for me watching your guys' demo at Finovate Spring, where incidentally you won Best of Show. I suppose we should mention that at the start. So clearly you resonated with the audience. But I love the way that you guys are able to take, muddy, disorganized, sort of real world data and turn it into something which is usable and it can actually make sense. And it kind of spurred in my mind is this idea, being able to cope with and make sense of the real world, the holy grail for FinTech.
Greg, I'm glad you said that. And I do think FinTech is so important to help people get organized. And it's a crazy world. And I think we can all agree that, there are so many situations that we've all been through where we wish we were more organized, right? And it's
for sure.
Simple things like losing a wallet. Think about all of the aspects of your home where you've got utility providers and insurance products. And, I travel a lot for work. So I've got, my frequent flyers, my passport, copies of my license, health records. And, typical families are disorganized and they have all of that information all over the place. So we feel strongly that technology can play a big role in that. And, if we can help families get organized around all of those different aspects, they're going to have more time for other things in their lives. And the people and the companies that are providing that technology will have a better opportunity to stay engaged with those clients and customers.
Yeah, well, I think here's one of those big disconnects that happens in FinTech, right? Because on a professional level, we all are very organized. We come to conferences like Finovate, we talk, we know what we're doing. And then when we get home, a lot of us have very different standards for how we operate in our personal lives. It's a lot muddier. It's a lot less organized. And I think sometimes, when you're in that moment where things are going well, you don't really feel this impetus to try and get yourself set up. And then all of a sudden you find a major life-changing event and you wish you had gone back and done something or had taken some time back when things were a little bit easier to get yourself set up. And really, I think a lot of it comes down from motivation. How do you guys deal with that? Are you worried that lack of motivation might keep people from getting engaged with Everplans when they should, and then when they need it, they haven't had it set up by that point?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think, let's be honest for a second. Nobody's waking up in the morning saying, today's the day I'm going to get my life organized, right?
Right. No, it's always tomorrow. I make that plan at the end of the night. Tomorrow really will be the day.
Exactly. So we realized that if we're going to be successful at this, we got to find those right moments in someone's life where it does become critical. And think about someone who's getting married or buying a home or having children or has a liquidity event, or maybe even thinking about retirement. And coincidentally, these are the same times that financial services companies are also looking to engage with their clients, right?
Sure.
So building out engagement tools to make it easy for the organizations who are giving Everplans out to their clients and using those as opportunities to drive the right conversations to help propel people to get their Everplan filled out. And, I just heard a really good example, and I'll share this with you, where someone went in and loaded the front page of their life insurance into their Everplan. They took a picture with their iPhone and they put it into their Everplan. And then all of a sudden they said, you know what? I probably need to think about long-term disability. And, they saw that section in the Everplan and they reached out to the insurance agent who got them that life insurance policy. And, they had a conversation and got that conversation started about long-term care. And then they started looking into their 401k and they realized that they haven't added too much over to their 401k in a while. And literally within 30 minutes, it created this momentum to do more planning. And that's exactly how we see financial services companies using our product so that they can cross-sell and upsell, but most importantly, just staying engaged at the right time in their clients' lives so that it's creating that momentum and driving that motivation at the right moments in the right particular situation.
I think that momentum is key, right? That's one of those instances where when you've got a little bit of movement there, you need to really capitalize on that. I think this is certainly how I operate. My son at the elementary school, I get the low balance notification on his lunch plan. And all of a sudden this spurs me to look at all of the other things that need to be updated as far as the school goes. And I absolutely see where you're coming from there. Of course, there is one big piece here that plays a major role, I think, or at least it was a big part of the demo on stage. And this is kind of end of life planning. This is maybe the ultimate, talking about these shocks to the system, these big moments where it's vital to stay organized. How do you engage people in that kind of very difficult time?
Yeah, well, you know what? We actually think that it's not just about end of life planning, but it's about life and legacy planning. It's about life management and helping people be an adult, right? So we use guidance and education, and we've been really thoughtful about taking this scary topic and making it easier to understand so that people aren't thinking about what's going to happen after I pass away, but they're thinking about just being prepared for them and for their families for any situation. So we've got the most comprehensive storage out there and a platform and, really great content, but we don't wait for that end of life planning topic. We help people throughout their entire lives tackle that life management category. And by doing that, we're helping people be prepared for any situation.
Yeah, I guess any of those situations where you all of a sudden have to grow up, where it's no longer an option to just sort of keep doing what you're doing. And I think you had a lot of examples there, but certainly, buying a house for the first time, getting married, a lot of these places where all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm an adult. And it kind of catches you by surprise. And if you're not ready for it, it can be a real challenge. So last question I have, and I'm conscious we're coming up on the end of our time here. I know you distribute through several channels, including direct to consumer, but I think you're primarily going through other organizations. What type of organizations have been the most fruitful for you so far?
Sure. So we focus on 3 different channels. We work with financial advisors and insurance agents who distribute our product to their clients. We work with large financial services companies, insurance carriers who give Everplans out direct to their policyholders or clients as an engagement tool. And organically, we started working with employers, mostly our larger financial services companies, who said, this has been great for our clients, but we think it'd be really valuable for our own employees. And we developed an employee benefit program that has gotten a lot of success over the course of the past year or so as well. So that's where we're focused.
Sure. No, that makes a lot of sense. And for those of you who are interested in learning more, you can check out their video from Finovate Spring at finovate.com/videos. Just simply search Everplans in there and you'll find them. If you're interested in learning more, there's some contact information there.
Thanks for joining us on the Finovate podcast this week. Brought to you by the team behind Finovate and produced in association with Provoke Media. Make sure you tell your friends about the show, leave us a review on iTunes, SoundCloud, or wherever you listen to our show, and check out our upcoming events at finovate.com.